What's up guys, it's OX83 here. Today I'll be showing you how to make name ESP. It's pretty simple and I made a new way or method on how to set it up and shit. It's going to be more simple for you guys to understand, I guess. Before I'm going to be getting into the video, I'm going to demonstrate how to get the script from Linkvertise. It's in the description right now if you want to download it, but you would have to go through a Linkvertise ad, which I'll be showing you right now. So once you guys click the link in the description right now where you guys want to download the script, but for this I'm just going to be using one of my old links and demonstrating and using as an example. But once you're here, it's going to look exactly like this. All you're going to do is press free access with ads, and you're going to do as what it says. I have an ad blocker, so I want to go turn that off right now. And what you're going to do is pause on all sites, and I'm literally just going to reset my thing, browser, and we're going to come into here. What we're going to do is wait for these 5 seconds to go by. You can look around here, check anything out that interests you at all. And then you're going to come here, and then you're going to click an article or a topic or whatever you want, and you come here whatever you want. But you can come out of that, and then you can continue to your script, and it should bring you to whatever you want, or it should pop up as a code that comes on the screen, or it's like a download. But yeah, this is how you do it. Alright, so we already know that we're gonna be making name ESP, which is like the last video that we did for item ESP. It's just basically putting the text and positioning it on the part of the player that you want. It could be the head, the body, or whatever, but I'm going to be putting the text on the humanoid root part, which is basically the chest, but it's the primary part of the model, which would be the character. So I'm going to start off by getting the camera. You guys can copy the local names or whatever you want, but I'm just going to be calling it C. I'm going to be making everything simple, not too hard. I'm naming this players. Get the service of the player. Next, I'm going to be getting local player. Next would be run service. We're going to be using this for the loop. So once we got these four, we're going to get the players, right? And we're going to run it through a function where it's like, it checks if the character, if the player has the character, or if there's that character being added from that player. So we're going to do, first we're going to get the players. So we're going to do for I, P, which would stand for players, or you can name it anything else you want. You could name it players if you want. And do PS, which gets this, which would be this right here. Get players. Do if, I'm pretty sure we're gonna do if player does not equal local player, then there would be a function here, but we still haven't added the function. And let's just do it right now before we do the player added function or connection, whatever. Do a local function, and we're gonna do it player added and P, which would stand for players. And let's do it right now. So we would do the function here, player added, and we're gonna put P into here, which comes over here, you know. And for this, we're gonna get players player added. So if it checks if there's a player added, or not check function. And we're gonna do this right here. Simple, right? Now, once it comes into here, the player, it's gonna check if the player has a character. Now, before we even start that, let's remove that. We're gonna have a little thing here, which we're gonna call it local function ESP, right? We're gonna put player and CR, which you can name it whatever, but CR is gonna, for me, it's gonna stand for character. just an easy way. Now, once you're here, we're gonna check for if the player has a character already. So we're gonna do P character. Then, if it does, we're gonna do ESP P and then P character. P would be the player, and then the comma, and then P dot character, which would be the character. And now we're gonna be checking if there's a character that has been added from the player. Function CR. So character added from the player, and if there has been a character that's been added, we're just gonna do ESP P and then CR, because this is the character that's been added, you know. And then make sure there's parentheses here. Now, once we got this all done right here, we're just gonna go into the ESP part, which is pretty simple. It's like a new way of showing you guys how to do it, and pretty easy. So, right here, I'm just gonna do, let's do H for humanoid, or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna do wait for child humanoid. And next we would do HRP, or humanoid root part, whatever you want to call it. And then the same thing, wait for child humanoid root part, like that. Now next you want to do local text, drawing new text. So we're using the API from Synapse, which would be the drawing API. So text, we're just going to modify this for now. Visible false. We're going to make the center true. Remember, this is like your preferences or whatever you want to have it. True text. I'm going to put my font 2. My favorite font, by the way. Color 3. You can put color 3 dot new and 111, in which we make it white, or you could just use from RGB, make it whatever color you want. From RGB, RGB. And then one would be like this, like white. Text dot size 13, or yeah, I would put 13. Alright, so we're gonna have 3 connections running, and I want to do local connection 1, local connection 2, and local connection 3. Just like that, with nothing equal to anything, which would already be nil. Once we have that, we want to make another function that disconnects the functions, if you want to call it. We're gonna put disconnect, which would be DC, or whatever you want to call it again. Remember, this is all what you want. Let's put C1, connection 1, as let's do it as the loop, right? So the loop, let's do C1 equals, let's see, RS for run service, and then render stepped connect function, just like that. Now this is going to be our loop that's just running for our ESP, updating the positions and whatever, and names. We're going to get the player position, you call it player position or whatever. It's going to be the player position or humanoid root part position, which I will be calling that for now, because we're going to specify that it's the humanoid root part that we're going to be positioning it, the text on. So humanoid root part position, and then humanoid root part on screen equals C for camera that I put it to, world to viewport point. Let me see if yeah, I did. Humanoid root part position. So we're grabbing HRP from up here, right? Remember, everything has to be correct. And now we're gonna do if humanoid root part, oh, whoops, humanoid root part is on the screen, right? If it's true, then we're gonna put text dot position equals vector2. Since the humanoid root part position is 3D, world to viewpoint point is converting it to 2D, which is going to be on our screen. So the position is going to be hrp pose dot x, which is our humanoid root part position dot x, and then we're going to paste that here too, but we're going to use y, so x and y. And then next we'll be doing text dot text name, or you could call this whatever you want, you know. You could put this as name if you want, but the thing we're going to be using is text, and that's how it works. We're going to do p.name or cr.name if the character is a different name or whatever. Text.visible. So once it's on our screen, we want the text to show up on our screen to be visible. So I'm going to put true. Else, we literally just put text.visible equals false. And we have finished our loop, which gets our ESP here. Now, once we've done that, we're just gonna do connection 2 and 3, right? So let's just do it right here, why not? Connection 2, so if you have a game where it changes, like it puts the character into a different parent or ancestry, I don't know how to explain it. It's like ancestry changed, like your parent, like I don't know how to explain this. It's like your character has been moved to another spot. It would be like this. So cr.ancestry changed. I think that's how you spelled it. I'm not sure. Ancestry. I think I'm not sure. And then function parents. You call that parent if you want, right? But this is literally your choice if you want. If not the parent, then we're gonna disconnect it, which would be just DC, right? So that's done. And now C3, we're gonna do like a health check, right? So we do H for the humanoid that we have, which is right up here. 8 H. Now health changed, right? Health changed. Connect function, and then let's just do V for the value of our health, and we're gonna do if the health, or no, it's V, my dumbass. If the value of our health is less than or equal to 0, right? Or H, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work like this. H dot get state equals enum health, no, it would be humanoid state type dot dead. So it's gonna get the state of the humanoid, and if it equals this, which would be the humanoid state type would be dead, then it would disconnect as well. So this is just checking if the state is dead or not. If it is, then it comes here as well. Or if it just gets the health here. It's the same thing, you know. But if like there's something wrong with the game, if it just dies out of nowhere, it just makes sure, you know. So once we got that, we're gonna do end like that. Alright, now when it comes into here to this disconnect function, we want the text to equals false first, and then we're gonna remove the text, right? And then with the connections, we're gonna do if C1, then C1 disconnect right? And C1 equals nil. End. Now we're gonna do this with the rest as well. Pretty sure there's an easier way, but I'm just being lazy right now. This as well, C3, C3, just like that. Now I'm pretty sure this would work just like that. It disconnects and makes the connections equal nil. I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm gonna test this. A little error I did find here was this semicolon, or whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be a dot right here, which I did have a semicolon there. And that should be it. Make sure you're injected, and I'm going to execute. The names are on the players. Let's see if there's any issues. Okay, we're not getting issues right now, but I still want to make sure that this is working. I'm going to put this on myself and then reset my own character if there's any issues at all. Okay, then the name does disappear when I die. Let's see if it comes back when we... Yep, our names are back. No issues or nothing. Works perfectly fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this script is in the description if you want to go check it out. Download it. I did explain how to go through the link advertise ads and whatever. But I'll see you guys in a different video. Goodbye.